From the Athens-Tech studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clarke County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
In a recent incident, Athens-Clarke County Commissioner John Culpepper fell victim to fraud when scammers accessed his bank account, stealing around $230,000. The crime began with a call from a woman claiming to represent Regions Bank, inquiring about suspicious charges. She requested a verification code sent to Culpepper's phone, which he complied with. The following day, he realized significant sums were missing from his account. The police were alerted on August 11th, and the bank's security office is also investigating. Culpepper hasn't yet responded to requests for comment on the matter. This from the Athens-Banner Herald. An Athens man has been arrested and is facing 28 charges after causing significant damage to vehicles in a Gwinnett County neighborhood. The incident began when a driver in a Mercedes G500 was reported to be speeding through yards, doing donuts and crashing into parked cars. The driver fled before the police arrived, leaving behind about 30 damaged vehicles. The driver was later found at a McDonald's and identified as Patrick Humes, age 37. Although the motive is unclear, investigators suspect he may have been experiencing a mental health crisis. Despite reports of gunshots, no evidence of gunfire was found. This from Fox 5. And we always comb social media to get an idea of what people are talking about. And this from the Athens-Clarke County News Facebook page. Sandy Arena Overstreet posted, "Anyone know why there's a lockdown at Cedar Shoals? My daughter said it wasn't a drill." There are a lot of comments helping to try and figure out what is going on. Amber Kelly says, "Just confirmed with an officer, nothing serious is going on." Clarke County School District weighed in with, "There was no active threat." And then Wendy Sherrod says, "I saw it was a former student on the grounds." This from the You're Probably from Athens, Georgia If Facebook page. Richard B. Williams asked, "How many of you have friends from 60 years ago and counting?" The post had an astonishing 51 interactions and 19 comments of your fellow people of Athens that have friendships ranging from 5 decades or more. There's another one from the same page, the You're Probably from Athens, Georgia If Facebook page. Liam Park asks, "Who misses Steve Areno's best hot sub sandwiches?" His post really got Athens' attention with an astounding 162 interactions and 40 comments. Some of the top comments were from Mary Evans, who said, "Great wings and 8-ball deluxe pinball game," and David Owensby, who said, "Best steak and cheese sub ever." How about you? Have you been to Steve Areno's? That's another one that we got, again, from the You're Probably from Athens, Georgia If Facebook page.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing my career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
Lolita, a 57-year-old killer whale, also known as Toki, has died at the Miami Seaquarium. The orca, well known for her captivity and controversial history, was transported to the University of Georgia for a necropsy to determine the cause of death. The presumed cause is renal failure. Lolita had faced health issues in the past, including infections and eating problems. The People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, protested her captivity, and there were intentions to relocate her to a natural habitat, though releasing her into the open ocean was not feasible. Many have memorialized her on social media, and Miami's mayor has expressed sorrow for her passing. This again from the Athens-Banner Herald. Georgia's football program has named Carson Beck as their starting quarterback for the upcoming 2023 football season. Beck, who has patiently waited for his turn and remained committed to Georgia despite not having started a game in his previous 3 years, recently discussed his journey and feelings about being named the starter. He could have explored other opportunities through the transfer portal, but chose to stay. As Georgia aims for a third consecutive national title, Beck's role is crucial. His selection as the starter has led to increased draft prospects and Heisman Trophy odds. Both fans and Beck anticipate his performance in the upcoming season. This from Sports Illustrated Fan Nation. 6,200 incoming freshmen will look back on their UGA experience in the ensuing years as the greatest time of their lives. This from an article that discusses the excitement and experiences of incoming freshmen at the University of Georgia by Lauren Smith for the 2023 college football season. The incoming class is highlighted as being academically qualified with an average GPA of 4.13 and strong standardized test scores. Smith shares anecdotes about individual students and their decisions to attend UGA, emphasizing the diversity of backgrounds and interests among the new students. The article also touches on the author's personal memories of attending UGA in the 1950s and the lasting impact it had on his life. Overall, Smith's article celebrates the anticipation and positive experiences of the incoming students and reflects on the university's history and future. This from Bulldog Illustrated. Athens-Clarke County is holding its final public input session for the Affordable Housing Investment Strategy. Developed by an external consultant and ACC staff, the plan proposes initiatives like a local housing fund and down payment assistance fund. The strategy aims to allocate around $5 million annually for affordable housing efforts, potentially resulting in 1,500 new affordable housing units over a decade. A portion of the funds could come from the federal government, while the rest would be local funding, possibly from the county budget, new taxes, fees, tax allocation districts, or private philanthropy. Some commissioners express skepticism about the plan's novelty. This from WUGA.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.